과속 방지턱입니다.
I'm Derek Dennis. A deadly shooting Saturday night in downtown Portland, Oregon. A man shot in the chest and pronounced dead on the street.
Officers say they responded after reports of gunshots, and when they arrived, they found a victim with a gunshot wound in the chest. It was later determined that that person died at the scene. PBB is not releasing any information on the suspect at this time or confirming if the shooting is directly tied to demonstrations.
ABC's Megan Allison reporting. Another shooting scene in St. Louis, Missouri. 2 police officers shot, one in the leg, another in the head, by a gunman barricaded in a house. Police Chief John Hayden says they were ambushed responding to a shots fired call.
While in the air searching for a victim, the officers came under gunfire. One of our officers is very critically wounded. He does have a head wound.
Officers have the house surrounded while they negotiate with the suspect. Meantime, in Kenosha, Wisconsin, protests continue over the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Demonstrators demanding the arrest of the officer who shot him, leaving him paralyzed from the waist down.
Chadwick,
Hundreds hitting the streets in Kenosha in a march demanding justice for Jacob, nearly 1 week after Blake was shot 7 times in the back by police. President Trump speaking out about the shooting for the first time.
It was not a good sight. I didn't like the sight.
Rookie officer Brittany Marinick, Vincent Arenas, and Rustin Chesky, who shot Blake in the back, under investigation and on leave.
ABC's Zoreen Shah. President Trump will visit Kenosha on Tuesday. The sudden and tragic death of Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman has left his fans in shock. At the age of 43, after a private 4-year battle with colon cancer.
Chadwick Boseman meant so much to so many Americans, particularly Black Americans, for those legends he brought to life and envisioning Wakanda. This loss at this moment in our country is impossible to oversee. He is already so deeply missed.
ABC's Janae Norman. You're listening to ABC News.
You might love the Golden Arches, but that does not mean they love you back. I'm Brian Van Miller on Business. McDonald's is one of the most visited restaurant chains in the world. And to help make your next visit more enjoyable for everyone, Reader's Digest asked employees their least favorite habits of customers. For example, not being specific with your order. Sure, you're trying to be easy breezy, but when a Happy Meal has 3 options, you need to pick one. Don't ask your child to order. You might think it's cute, but your fellow customers are losing patience. The drive-thru is meant to be quick. Don't swing by with an order of 10 meals for the soccer team. Save the big stuff for inside the restaurant. And speaking of the drive-thru, speak slowly and wait for the employee to address you. If it takes a few minutes, it's because they're finishing another order. You might be a frequent McDonald's customer, but a lot of people work there. So don't walk in and ask for your usual. Remember, the key word in fast food is fast. Brian Van Miller, CBS News.
And here's what you need to know.
The Trailblazers dissolving from the postseason. The Lakers cracking down on Portland 131-122 to take the first round series in 5 games. Portland playing this last contest without an injured Damian Lillard. LeBron James and Anthony Davis combining for 79 points. The Rockets propelled to a 3-2 lead in their opening round matchup against the Thunder. James Harden pours in 31 points as Houston takes a crowbar to OKC 114-80. The Thunder brain farting from 3-point range, ending up 7 of 46. Also, the Bucks dispel the Magic 118-104 to win that series in 5. NHL postseason, the Golden Knights bogged down the Canucks 3-0 to take a 2-1 lead in their second round series, and Mike Trout 6 RBI as the Angels thump the Mariners 16-3. I'm Brian Fenley.
We're not driving you to listen. Even with your great sense of humor, not to mention your great looks. Serving America's best.
according to Alligators himself. So there's no way to really verify. There isn't really no notable predictions that has happened. So coming up next, we're going to have some music from Tom Parker. Right after this. I'm Army Sergeant Jared Hathaway, and this is your AFN Humphreys radio update. USFK Commander General Robert Abrams and USFK Command Sergeant Major Walter Tacalca recently sat down with AFN Humphreys to give a live COVID-19 update to the community.
Protecting the force is our number one priority, and we're not going to change out of that. So out of an abundance of caution, to protect the force, we adjusted to HPCon Charlie. The big difference, though, is if you think back to, March, April time frame, we were more reactive, right? We had a couple of cases here at Camp Humphreys, a couple at Osan. It was more of a reactive measure. In this case, it's preemptive, because the threat outside the bubbles is growing, while we're doing an excellent job maintaining a suppressed COVID environment on our bases. The infographics that we've put out for HPCon Charlie measures, it's really important that every service member, every family member, every contractor, DoD civilian, these things are readily available on the web. Download them, inculcate them, make sure everybody gets the word. It prohibits off-installation dining in at restaurants, attendance at theaters, festivals, gyms, other venues, bars, clubs, and establishments that restrict entry to adults only. That's going to remain off limits. And then the big change, you got to wear your mask 100% of the time when you're off base. 100% of the time.
That was your AFN Humphreys radio update. For more local news and information, check us out on Facebook at AFN Humphreys, or listen to the free internet radio through AFN 360, available at afnpacific.net. I'm Army Sergeant Jared Hathaway.